Hi, welcome to day 2 of our 5 seconds of scripture, our summer Bible study. We're studying John 21, and yesterday we read verses 1 through 4, and we saw that the disciples kind of hanging out on the beach, they decided to go fishing. They fished all night long and didn't catch anything, and then they see a man on the shore, but they don't recognize him as Jesus, and that's where we left off. And so we're going to read verses 5 and 6 today. So John 21, verses 5 and 6. And in verse 5, the man says, he calls out and he says, "Friends, haven't you caught any fish?" And I love that Jesus addressed them as friends. He didn't say, "Hey, disciples, dudes, hey." He said friends. He wanted to show that relationship that he had with them. I have a friend that lives in Arkansas, and when I call her and she sees my name on caller ID, she doesn't answer the phone and say hello. She says friend. And I say friend to her, and that's just a greeting that we have to one another. And so Jesus called them friends, and they said, "No, we haven't caught any fish." And so then in verse 6, he says, "Throw your net on the right side of the boat and you will find some." And when they did this, they were unable to haul in the net because of the large number of fish. And here's the thing, this is something that I learned about this culture and this time, is that they always fished on the left side of the boat. And so for Jesus to say, go to the right side of the boat, was something totally countercultural, totally against the way that they normally thought, and against what they thought was really the way that they did things. But that's very vintage Jesus, really, to go, hey, do it a different way, do it another way. And so my question for us today is there something that God is saying, hey, throw your net on the other side? I think so often we think, no, this is what we're supposed to be doing, and we're trying to make it work and trying to make it work, and God is going, you know what? Why don't you go to the other side of the boat? It can be so much easier. I mean, their nets were so full they couldn't even bring them in. And so our prayer can be, God, show us, show me, where do you want us to cast our net? What do you want us to be doing for you? And you know what? I bet he will answer that prayer in ways we can't even imagine. More fish in our net, so to speak, than we could ever dream. See you tomorrow.